Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SA Accounting Academy. Here's a short clip on one of our previous webinars. I hope that you really do enjoy it.
Chatting to everybody in the background. This session has seriously stressed me out, just to be honest. I mean, I think we can all be honest. We're all professionals here and working together. I agreed a while ago to help out with the legislation updates. Legislation is a passion of mine, and I really enjoy the space. And then, nothing like having your inaugural legislation update with the South African Accounting Academy and have COVID-19 be the flavor of the day. So when I was trying to pull this together, it just felt like every single time I sat down to do the research, every single time I sat down to pull things together, it changed under my feet. I started to feel like I was walking on an earthquake, lava-infested territory to try and pull this all together. And, with it being my job to stay up to date with these things, I can only imagine in practice what this feels like. The other side to this is that I'm more than likely, for those of you that are regulars on the legislation updates, the monthly legislation updates, I imagine I've got a very different style. For those of you that don't know me, that haven't been to other sessions of mine, I am possibly a different type of presenter to what you're used to, and I hope you enjoy my style. I do believe in being a bit more fluid. I don't believe in dumping data at you. I'll show you where to find things. I'll tell you where to find things. But I believe that this is a conversation. My position in facilitating knowledge and facilitating information is to have people gain access and understanding to the information that is out there, so that when you engage with the literature, first off, you know where to look for it. Secondly, you know what you need to look for, you know what you don't know. And thirdly, that when you read it, you know what you're reading and why you're reading it and how you need to interpret it. Okay, so I'm not somebody who quotes paragraph and section numbers. It's just not my way. If you really want me to, I can. But what I really think we need is a discussion, and we need to sort of touch base and do a pulse check as to, do we know what's going on? Are we familiar with the landscape? And then know where we need to look for and what we need to look, because it's a very broad thing to have to cover. Okay, so a couple of, just to lighten the morning with the update for today. It is all about COVID. Okay, it is about COVID. I keep on putting that R there. That's my bad. It is all about the coronavirus. It is all about the pandemic. It is all about lockdown. I've got an analogy that I've been running with the whole of April, end of March, where we talk about to the accounting profession and to the financial profession, and we say, as much as we are saluting and we are acknowledging the healthcare workers that are taking care of our physical health, we also have, there's this balance between economic life and physical life. As financial providers and financial and accounting practitioners, we are the healthcare providers for business. Okay, so our role and our space is to assist the economy and to assist business, and there's a vital role that we play there. So what I'm asking you to do in your space is to think about your client base. Think about if you're running your own business. I am very aware that I've got a very broad range of delegates online, but those of you running practices, you've got to think of yourself as sort of like a medical practitioner for your businesses. You're going to have some clients that need urgent, immediate care, that need to be put into an emergency room. They're coming into you bleeding, dying. They need, you need to do CPR on them. You need to resuscitate them. You need to help them with immediate effect. You've got other clients that are that they're in the ICU. They're looking at business rescue. They're looking at liquidations. You're trying to bring them back to life, or you're trying to give them comfort and help them through the processes. And you've got others that you're just needing to maintain good health with, okay, and help them through everything that they need to do. So there's a lot of different roles that you're going to play. There's a lot of different places you're going to play. There's a lot of different resources. There's a lot of different information coming, and your clients are going to look to you as the expert. Okay, and as I was saying to Jeremiah before we started, the Disaster Management Act got changed last night. Okay, so here I am thinking, at last I've prepared this. I'm in trouble with a whole lot of other clients of mine because I've been putting all of that on hold while I've been trying to do the research and prep for today's session. And just when I think that I can put my pen down and go and have a glass of wine and relax, because I'm done and I'm ready for this morning, I'm printing out the next version of the Disaster Management Act in order to go into stage 4 lockdown. And I sent it through to SAAA this morning, so Jeremiah very kindly has uploaded it for you so that you've got the latest information. And that's really, we've only got 2 hours. So I think this is, I've spoken to various different people of different clients over the last week, and I said, look, if you were doing a legislation update, what would you want to know right now? And they were like, Caryn, please, just help us with what's going on with coronavirus and what's happening with all of the legislation changes and the requirements and where we are at, because we are playing in a whole different ball game right now. And you've got to almost think of this as if the playing field has been flattened, okay? And what we know, as we know it, is not what, that's the past. I mean, from the 25th of March, that is a lifetime ago. That is life as we used to know it. That is a normal we will never know again. Okay, we are in a whole different place, a whole different space. We're going to talk to our grandkids about the great lockdown. We're going to talk to, we're going to tell them, and I know some of us are going to sort of say to them, like, hey, I was like Laura Croft in your Tomb Raider. Meantime, I was sitting on the couch eating cheese curls. But we are living through a moment in history that is going to change the entire way the world works, the way business works, the way our country works. Okay. And I think we've had a phenomenal moment where we've seen our government and we've seen our lawmakers shift into a space that we always hoped that they would be able to do, but we never actually saw them do it. So I'm quite intrigued to see how this flows and where this goes. One thing that this pandemic around the world has shown is true leadership. If I look at the States, I've got this fascination. I think I watch CNN like it's Comedy Central some days, but, to see the different governors and to see the different roles of leadership and to see what is effective and what's not effective, it's really teaching us about leadership and about how people react to crisis and how people respond to good leadership. So those of you that are CEOs and financial managers and directors and all the rest, there's a lot of examples on good leadership and bad leadership and the immediate response to it. Okay, so very interesting times, very defining moments. We've been working towards digital disruption for a few years now. I mean, I've been talking about digital disruption and talking about the changing way of practice and the changing way that we're going to engage with our clients for quite a long time. Now we're forced into it. It's not a choice anymore. Okay, and we'll talk about that, for example, with the stage 4 amendments that came through last night, as well as to the impact on the profession. But so interesting times that we have to deal with. So moving on though, just introverts, please check on your extrovert friends. They're not okay. They're struggling. And after 5 weeks of lockdown, today being the last day of stage 5, although if we do not manage things properly and we do not continue with caution, we will go back to stage 5. Don't think that this is a linear line of stage 5, stage 4, stage 3, stage 2, stage 1. We could very well bounce between these stages. Okay, and we don't want to go back. We don't want to undo the good that we have done. South Africa has had a worldwide acknowledgement of the way that we've handled things. Although we've been incredibly aggressive and sometimes almost overly aggressive, it's been for the saving of life. We can't get a refund in 2020. We thought in the beginning, someone said at the beginning of the year, oh, gee whiz, do you remember the Australian bushfires? I was like, wow, that was still this year. Okay, it's really been a hectic year. It's going to be interesting to see where we go from there. So we are facing many challenges, not just work challenges. We are suddenly seeing what's really important in life. We are suddenly seeing industries that are important.
I hope that you enjoyed that video. For more of our webinar videos, go to www.accountingacademy.co.za. Thank you and have a lovely day.